It's your wellness update with Floor Pools. Today, correspondent Robbie the Duck investigates new ways to manage stress. Let's go live to Finland. Well, our fine feathered journalist has discovered something truly relaxing. Saunas. Yes, saunas have been an integral part of life in Finland for over 2,000 years. Saunas help you find peace, reduce stress, improve circulation, and even detoxify your body. Go on, Rob. Now bring this Finnish tradition to your home. Floor Pools has the perfect sauna for you. From compact models to luxurious retreats, choose from traditional, infrared, or hybrid models. Specially priced starting as low as $73 a month at Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg. Floor Pools' intrepid, web-footed field reporter will bring you future sauna updates right here on the All Quackness channel. Until then, remember, relaxation is just a sauna away.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, CMA Chrysler Dodge, WVU East, the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, RAI Properties, Parsons Ford, Rocks, Gary Kelly Allstate, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening and welcome into the Gilbert B. Miller Center for tonight's West Virginia High School 4A Region 2 boys basketball tournament, as tonight it is the number 4 seeded Hedgesville Eagles playing host to the 5th seeded Jefferson Cougars. Our pregame show is brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing customer integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931. Visit them online at www.whmsystems.com. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me tonight is Dylan Bishop. Our camera crew is Kyler High and Alec Epperson, and back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. Regular season's ended, Dylan. Postseason is upon us, and on paper, we should be ready for a great game.
Yeah, we sure hope so. I mean, it's playoff basketball, so I think overall that's usually how these things go. Now, Hedgesville, they're in a bit of a tough situation here tonight without three of their starters from the beginning of the year. Ethan Elliott, Noah Brown, and T.D. Bodkin. So that's your point guard, your top scorer in the interior in particular. So I think you're going to be having a lot on the shoulders of Xavier Kirk more than anyone here tonight. And for Jefferson, this is a good opportunity for them. Can they, in the first year under a new coach, come and win a road postseason game? So we know that they're a very deep team. Against Spring Mills, we saw them with their line shifts using really 15 different players out on the floor to some pretty good success for the standard of playing Spring Mills at the very least. So I think that there's going to be still some things to work out, and Hedgesville plays a style of basketball that overall makes a lot of games close. So the Kelly Church style of basketball really makes it to where you can afford some injuries because you're playing good team defense, and you can leak out and get some points in transition and kind of bring the game into the mud. Jefferson likes to play fast, so that seems like maybe it could be a matchup advantage for them and a way to get some things going against Hedgesville, because Hedgesville likes to slow it down. So who's going to be able to control the pace of the game, I think, is really going to be a big factor in this one.
Winner of tonight's contest will take on the top-seeded Spring Mills Cardinals on Tuesday. On the other side of the bracket in Region 2 this evening, it is Washington playing host to Musselman. The winner of that contest will take on Martinsburg Tuesday, and we'll have coverage of that game for you on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. For now, we'll step aside, take our first 2-minute break. On the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll get our coaches' pregame interviews. You're tuned into West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department. When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age. At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Shepherdstown Road and online at ParsonsFord.com. They became number one by making you number one first, Parsons. I'm first joined by the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, Kyle Van Meter. Coach Van Meter, regular season's come to an end. First year for you as head coach at Jefferson. How do you think it went?
I think all in all it was okay. Wish we could have had a little bit of a better season, finished a little higher in the seedings. But all in all, I think the kids grew as people, grew as players, and we were able to come closer together than what we were at the beginning of the season. At the end of the day, that's the ultimate goal.
At the end of the season, you guys were pretty red hot there to end, trying to make a push, playing your best basketball, it seems like, as well. Would you kind of agree to that?
Yeah, I think that last stretch of the season, the Spring Mills game, that first half of us were really good, and then that Musselman-Washington game, I think were good pushes for us to make that run. Ultimately, we had 2 weeks off, but I hope that we had that same energy coming out. Practice has been well, so I think we're playing our best basketball right now.
with those practices were some of the things that you were focusing on here for your team to get ready for the postseason?
Ultimately, it's defense. I think if we can keep teams from, around the 40-point mark, we're going to be in a pretty good shape to win the game. And so we were really just working on defense, working on our different pressing, things like that. And the kids bought into it well, so I think that's a good thing.
And now here in the postseason, you get to take on Hedgesville, a place that you formerly coached at. So I guess we'll go there first. Just I guess how special of a moment is it for you getting to come back here and coach?
It's always special, standing on this side of the bench, on this side of the court. It's always weird for me just because I've been here for so long. But, Coach Church is like a second father to me. So being able to coach against him and be in this position, it's great. I love the kids here. I love our kids, their kids, and I think we're going to have a good competitive game with it.
With that being said, what have you seen from Hedgesville so far this year in the 2 games that you got to play against them and then games that you were able to scout?
They're very talented. They're a Hedgesville basketball team that they're going to run their stuff correctly. If they don't get a shot, they're going to patiently wait till they get a shot, and they're sound on defense. Xavier Kirk's a phenomenal player. Noah Brown handles the offense very well. And then the addition of T.D. Bockins has been great for him. And then the other guys have stepped up, Micah Noble, Landon. They've all done their part of it. And so they're going to be a tough team. They're always a tough team, and they're going to be in every game, and Coach Church finds a way to keep them in those games.
Season on the line, obviously, with it being postseason, it's winner go home time now. How have you been able to clarify that message to your team to make sure that they realize that heading into this game?
I'll be honest, I really haven't had to do much with it. Jamari Jenkins has been great at it, reminding kids each day, like, this could be our last practice, this could be the last time we're together. And so he's done a great job at it. I just had to kind of follow his lead because he seemed to take that control pretty early on in our practices, and I think the kids realized it and bought in early.
What do you feel like it's going to come down to tonight for your team to get the win?
I think we're going to have to keep the pace at our pace. We're going to have to play up-tempo and not let Hedgesville slow the game down. If they slow the game down, we're going to be in a dogfight, but I think we really just need to keep that pace on our side and be able to keep them out of the lane into one shot.
Anything else, Coach?
No, just thank you guys for everything you've done all season. It's been great having you all and talking to you all.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Now joined by Kelly Church, head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles. Coach, Church, regular season comes to an end. How do you feel like the season as a whole went for your team?
Well, I mean, obviously we had some ups and downs, and we've faced a fairly large amount of adversity this year in different forms, and I think our kids have responded really, really well. We had great practices coming into tonight, and that doesn't necessarily translate to a great game. Hopefully it does, but our kids have been upbeat and energetic, and we've had to deal with some lineup changes, and we're gonna do the best we can, and try to find a way to make this as competitive a game as we can. And I know our kids believe in myself, and believe in our staff, and they believe in each other. So as long as you do those things and you try really, really hard in high school basketball, I think you got a chance.
Now comes the postseason. It's a new format when it comes to the postseason. It's a full regional tournament, and the seeding no longer has sectionals within that. What are kind of your thoughts on how that's set up now?
Well, so everybody knows that I'm actually on the board that helps decide that, and the only reason that we're in this format now is everyone hopes that we go to a format, all the coaches on that committee hope we go to a format next year that would basically divide it into the North and the South, and everybody would be seated in the North and in the South, and you would play it down to the Final Four on both sides, and those 8 teams would go to the state tournament. I honestly believe, and the only reason we went to this format was because we were I don't want to say led to believe, we were under the understanding that this gets us closer to that. If we had our way, I think we'd just rather seed the entire state and play it like Indiana does, but just do it by class. So all 4A teams seeded 3A and do it that way. But certainly, if we could divide it into North and South, and that way, like in the past, and I'm not saying it would be us this year, but in the past, I'd like to think that there were 3 teams from our area that could have gone and represented in the state tournament, and the North and South format would allow for that. And so, however, if we don't move forward to that at the end of this season, then I think everybody is going to say, well, then we might as well just go back to sections, because all we did basically is lose an extra game, that everybody really, really liked to play. So, it's kind of where I sit with that.
Tonight you guys get to play host to Coach Van Meter and the Jefferson Cougars. What have you seen from their team so far this year?
Well, same thing. I mean, Kyle's over there, and they it's new for their kids, new, a little bit new structure. Obviously, Tech did a great job, and they've had a run of talent, and a big part of that run of talent's still there. Mari's still there, and he's a heck of a player, and so they've had some ups and downs as well. But like you said, it's the postseason. Everybody wants to play. I know their kids really, really want to get back to Charleston because once you've been there and you've tasted it, you don't want to miss out on that experience. And so we know their kids are going to come out and play hard. I know Kyle's excited, and it's one of those things. Like I certainly we don't want our season to end. But the other side of that is tonight I'll be coaching a game against somebody that I not only am fond of, I love them as close as you can to love somebody as a son that's not really your son.
What do you feel like your team needs to execute tonight to get that win?
Well, it's not going to be a secret at this point. Like, there's no Ethan's out who started the season. There's, TD's out, and Noah's dealing with an injury, and so he's out, and so, Noah does a ton of our ball handling, a ton, and so, we've struggled sometimes against pressure with Noah. The reality of it without Noah is, it's going to have to be, we're going to have to do it by committee. Everybody's going to have to help. We can't just assume, okay, well, X will do it now all by himself. So we're going to have people step up and handle the ball and handle their pressure. And, the formula becomes the same, even though the pieces change. It's just tough to change them this late in the year. But, we've got to limit our live ball turnovers. We got to get back in transition, and we have to rebound the basketball and limit their second chance points.
Anything else, Coach?
No matter what, I hope to see you guys on Tuesday. But no matter what, it's been basketball in the Eastern Panhandle right now is really, really good. There's lots of other good teams across our state. So I'd just like to thank you guys and all our fans and everything for the year. And hopefully we keep playing and do this again on Tuesday.
Thank you, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
That was our coaches' interviews. Let's now get our keys to the game brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Visit them online at FordHagerstown.com. Quickly, keys to the game, Dylan.
I think that the coaches put it well. I think for Jefferson, it's controlling the pace. And for Hedgesville, it's getting some players who don't usually have to carry the load on offense to step up and score more points than usual tonight. All
right, starting five now. Brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for home in the tri-state area? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551 or visit them online at www.modernrealtyresults.com. First for Jefferson, you have number 3, Mara Wallace, number 5, Takeem Drake, number 10, Jamari Jenkins, number 13, Braden Swanson, number 22, Caden Parrish. And for Hedgesville starting tonight, it's number 2, Gavin Young, number 3, Xavier Kirk, number 4, Landon Pence, number 14, Micah Bowers, and number 25, Levi Faircloth. We'll step aside, take another 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have tip-off for tonight's region tournament game between Jefferson and Hedgesville here on Talk Radio, WRNR Martinsburg, and TV 10.
Ice baths, polar plunges, what's wrong with you people? It's your old pal Cody from Cody's Auto Body. Newsflash, it's winter. Whether it's for a health craze or to raise money for the ladies' auxiliary, it seems people out there think it's a good idea to go outside, strip down, and pretend to be a polar bear or a penguin. What happened to sitting beside the fire, drinking, and adding on a few pounds to keep insulated until spring? Call me crazy, but how about we try not getting naked outside for a few months? Stay warm, stay safe on the road. As always, that's Cody's with a T for trust.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at FordofHagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. We welcome you back here to the Gilbert B. Miller Center at Hedgesville High. Our opening tip is brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rock's. It's the Jefferson Cougars. We're 8-11 overall, 2-8 in conference play to end the regular season, taking on the Hedgesville Eagles, who finished the year 15-6. 4-6 in conference play. And this is the 4A Region 2 boys basketball tournament, and the winner will take on the top-seeded Spring Mills Cardinals. Jump ball won by Jefferson, and we are off. It is Jenkins running the point for the Cougars. Passes to his right for Drake. Drake begins his dribble over to the left side towards the top of the key. Passes it over to Jenkins, who will take a long three, and it goes around the rim and in. Jefferson takes an early 3-0 lead and sets up the full court press.
If Jenkins is going to make shots like that tonight, the Cougars are going to be really difficult to beat.
Bowers in the backcourt trying to bring it across against Drake. Finally does so. Now bounce passes it for Kirk, who awkwardly catches it and gathers himself before beginning the dribble. Passes to his left at the wing. It's caught by Pence. Pence drives in to the free throw line, tries to bounce pass it down low for Faircloth, but it will go through his hands and out of bounds. Turnover gives the ball to Jefferson. So Jenkins back down the court, passing it to Drake. Back for Jenkins. Passes to the left. It's caught now by Wallace, who goes right back for Jenkins. They go down low. It's Swanson over the top for Jenkins, who thinks about the three, now loses his footing, so he has to pass it for Wallace. They continue to go around the arc. Great ball movement. Corner three, airballed, though, by Swanson right into the hands of Faircloth, and now here comes Hedgesville. Kirk kicking it out to Pence, now for Faircloth as they go right to left around the three-point line, stopping at the top of the key with Bowers, who will hand it to Pence. Pence has his pass tipped out of bounds by Wallace into the Jefferson bench. That was intended for Bowers.
We've seen Hedgesville open up with a zone, 2-3 zone on the defensive end. We've seen Jefferson struggle with that in parts of this season when Jamari Jenkins has a tough time driving into the lane.
Pence inbounds it for Bowers. Bowers on the right side. Stops at the wing. Will pass to Young. Young drives in. Puts up a contested layup, too strong, almost got his own rebound, but it's gathered by Parrish. Now it's Jefferson back the other way. Jenkins, pump fakes, gets Kirk to jump. Now a fadeaway jumper in the right corner, misses everything. Goes out of bounds, but at the last second, Drake was able to save it by throwing it off Bowers, who was on the ground, so it'll be Jefferson ball.
That was a nice move by Drake, to be able to throw that out of bounds. That was a weird angle for him to try to do that.
Inbound to Drake. Drake back to Jenkins in the corner. And lobs a pass to the opposite end. It is Jefferson 3, Hedgesville nothing here. 2 minutes into our first quarter. They go down low. Parrish open in the paint all alone. And he puts up the right-handed layup. 5-0 now. Jefferson leads.
Jefferson's attacking the zone well. This is a different lineup for Hedgesville. Noah Brown is one of their best defenders, not just their point guard, and he's out.
Kirk now has it poked free by Jenkins. Both fall to the floor, diving for it at the scorer's table. Ball goes out of bounds, and they say last off Jenkins, who's slow to get up. And you can see him limping, trying to put weight on that right leg, and keep an eye on that.
Yeah, geez, I thought Xavier Kirk kind of grabbed his leg there to keep him from going on the fast break with a steal.
Kirk guarded by Jenkins, who pokes it free. It's now Swanson 2v1 the other way with Jenkins. Jenkins right side layup off the pass from Swanson. No good. Put back by Swanson. No good. And here comes Faircloth boxing out the Cougars to get the rebound. Kirk back the other way, drives in, Euro step, layup rejected by Swanson, out of bounds. 5:05 left in the first. It's Jefferson 5, Hedgesville nothing.
I mentioned it in pregame. This is a lot on the shoulders of Xavier Kirk tonight. Jefferson's pressure style of defense plays into their hands well with this
inbound
lineup.
Pass to the top of the key, intercepted by Parrish. Back the other way, layup no good, but he's fouled. He's trailing from behind is Kirk. That is his first, team first for Hedgesville.
Pretty much every player on the floor for Hedgesville does not have a ton of experience in ball handling and facilitating, other than just within the system that Hedgesville typically plays. So it's going to be a lot for them to handle it as much as they're going to tonight against this Jefferson defense that likes to put so much pressure on the ball.
First free throw by Parrish is good. Jefferson now leads Hedgesville 6-0. Second free throw in the air. That rattles through as well, making it a 7-0 lead for Jefferson now with 5 minutes left in the first. Full court press being broken in the backcourt. They give it to Young, who gets a screen from Faircloth. Young passing it to Kirk, who's going to set up the offense for the Ville. They go back to Young, drives the left baseline, layup off the glass, but can't get it to fall. It's rebounded by Drake. The Cougars slide down the court. Drake bounce passing it to the right elbow, caught by Wallace. Jumper around the rim and falls out into the hands of Faircloth. So both sides head back to the opposite end of the floor. They give it to Young. Young back to Kirk. Kirk gets double teamed, so he gives it to Young. Young splits through, kicks it out to Kirk. Left corner three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Parrish. Almost halfway through the quarter here in Hedgesville, still without any points. Jenkins to Drake. Left corner three. Deflected by Bowers. It'll go out of bounds with 4:03 left in the first. It remains Jefferson ball. Seven nothing. It's Jefferson on top of Hedgesville here early. Jenkins inbounds it to Swanson. Pass it now for Allen, who's just checked in for the Cougars. He hands it to Jenkins, gives it to Swanson, back to Jenkins. Lobs it to the opposite side of the floor on the farther side. It's Drake with it now at the Eagle script on the right side of the court. Dribbling it now to the midcourt logo, trying to get that zone of Hedgesville's to come out and guard him. A pass to Wallace, who gives it to Allen. Allen in the right corner, gives it to Jenkins, who's wide open left wing three. Off the right side of the rim, no good. And rebounded down low by Miller, and he's fouled underneath the basket with 3:31 left here in the first. That's the first team foul against Jefferson.
I really am intrigued how Hedgesville is going to try to manufacture points tonight. They're in for a tough task. It's not really their fault either.
Bowers gets the inbounds. Dribbling it across midcourt. Now picks up the pace on the right side. Goes up with a layup. And again, Swanson down low with the block.
Swanson's got so much length and height. He is patrolling the paint really well. The rim protection.
And he's only a junior. That's his second block here of the game. Pence inbounds it. It's stolen now by Jefferson. Roper. The other way is Jefferson has the numbers. He passes to Drake. Wide open left lane, but he leaves the layup short. It's rebounded. Shot on the putback by Roper, no good. Third one, no good as well, but a whistle blown. It looks like we had a foul with 3:13 left in the first, which will send Roper to the free throw line for Jefferson. Call it against Hedgesville. First free throw, no good by Roper.
I think Coach Church and the staff are going to be racking their brains over on the sideline, coming up with some options for what they can do here, because Jefferson really looks like they have a stylistic advantage big time right now. I don't know if you go big, maybe try to use Faircloth and Noble Miller more at the same time, but you got to find something.
Second free throw was good, so it's now 8-0. Jefferson leads Hedgesville. So on the other side, it's Young. Left side, contested layup, no good. Rebounded by Jefferson. Jenkins now down the court. Goes into the right side, gets double teamed, so we pass to Swanson, who hands it right back to Jenkins. First quarter brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online, they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit their website, FordofHagerstown.com. It's now Drake for Roper, back to Drake, swinging to the left side for Jenkins. Jenkins drives to the left side, goes up strong, shot no good, but he's fouled by Bowers. That's his first, team third, so that'll send Jamari Jenkins to the line. Other first quarter sponsors: Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Family owned, offering superior customer service. Great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. As Jenkins, it's the first free throw, go off the front of the rim, keeping it 8-0.
Faircloth already back into the game. I think you want to go a little bigger. Hedgesville's going to have to be really disciplined, because that was exactly what Jefferson wanted to do against the zone with Jenkins. He's so quick that you do have to move your feet quickly to stop him from getting all the way to the rim uncontested. But then can you slow yourself down quickly enough to not just go right into him to foul him?
Second free throw was good, so it's 9-0 Jefferson. And now on the other side for Hedgesville with the offensive possession. Young loses it. He goes to the floor, smothers the ball. Jefferson comes in, ties him up, so a jump ball is called. Possession arrow keeps it with the Eagles. Inbound to Faircloth, back towards the basket. Now he pivots around, passes it for Bowers. 2:15 left here in the first. Bowers crosses over Allen, goes up with a floater, and it falls through, and that's finally the first 2 points of the night for Hedgesville.
It does seem like maybe that mid-range is going to be there for them. They're going to have to make a lot of them.
Jenkins with it, passing it to Roper. Bounce passing it back to Jenkins in the lane. His bounce pass gets kicked, no call. As Bowers gets the steal. Kirk now with it. Passing it to Young. Young at the left wing. Dribbles it around, gives it to Bowers at the top of the key. Gets a screen from Young. Drives in, does Bowers. Spins around, puts up a shot. It's no good. Nearly got it to fall after it bounced off the back of the rim a few times. But he's fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line. Minute 38 left here in the first. It's Jefferson 9, Hedgesville 2. It's that foul against Jenkins, his first, team second for Jefferson.
And Jenkins got too cute on the pass on the last Jefferson offensive possession. He had a man open on the three-point line and tried to make a no-look pass to a cutter inside, and the lane just wasn't quite there.
First free throw by Bowers is good, making it 9-3. Second one around the rim and in as well, making it 9-4. Jenkins passes it across midcourt for Roper and then gets it back as soon as he steps over the midcourt line. Now pass down low into that right corner. It's Boone. Gives it to Jenkins, who puts up a three after getting the screen by Boone and knocks down another one. He's now got 7. It's a 12-8 Jefferson lead. It's Young. Bowers. Bowers at the top of the key. Spins around, gets double teamed, finds Young wide open, right wing 3. And that rattles through for Hedgesville. Now 12-7. Barry kicking it out to Jenkins, another long 3, that time no good. Rebounded by Kirk, and from behind he gets fouled by Boone. It's his first, team third for Jefferson with 51.4 seconds left in the first.
Gavin Young is going to be huge for Hedgesville. He needs to have a good game. They got to get it from somebody that they usually don't. And I think Gavin Young's probably the best candidate, him and Micah Bowers.
Faircloth gets the inbound in the backcourt. Young trying to bring it across. Does so. Passes to Bowers. Bowers drives to left baseline, turns around. Fadeaway jumper off the spin. No good. Rebounded by Allen. 35 seconds left. Clock rolling. Jenkins with it now. Passing it to Boone. Boone back for Jenkins. It will slow things down now for Jefferson with 25 seconds left. Standing at the H at midcourt is Jenkins. Looks like Jefferson content with trying to hold on to the ball for the last shot. They give it to Roper. Back now for Barry. Back for Roper. 10 seconds. They bounce pass it for Barry. Barry bounce passes it to the elbow. Boone tries to go down low. Gets it to Barry. His shot no good. As from behind, contact made by Faircloth, and got a good shot on Barry, who's slow to get up, but no foul called with 2.8 seconds left Jefferson will have a baseline inbound. Jenkins to do so. Jenkins gets it over Faircloth, but Faircloth got a hand on it, and it heads back out of bounds. 2 seconds went off the clock, so now only 0.8 left here in the first quarter. Jefferson with another inbound. Jenkins gets it into Roper, but it's deflected as 3 guys go in to put a hand on the ball, and that's how quarter number 1 will end. It is Jefferson leading Hedgesville by a score of 12-7. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break, then return with quarter number 2 here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields & Sons, hope to see you at the 28th Annual Eastern Panhandle Home Show on March 29th and 30th in the Martinsburg Roundhouse to learn about what they provide whenever a loved one has passed away. Their booth number is FS53, which is located just outside the silent auction. Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations is the trusted name in funeral services in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown Ranson. Are proudly serving the area since 1880 and are proud to be a part of the 28th Annual Eastern Panhandle Home Show.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Back here on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Apologies with our issues for those tuned in on TV 10 and our YouTube stream of not being able to see our scoreboard camera. We have one up and it's showing on our end, but for some reason it's not showing up when we try to send it back to the studio. So we'll work on that here as Dylan thinks he might have fixed it. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Hitting buttons. Hopefully he hits the right buttons. Quarter number 2 will begin with Jefferson having the ball, and it looks like you did fix it.
I like pushing buttons.
Barry passing it over into the right corner and gets it back. They now go to Jenkins, who drives the right baseline. Gather step, kick out to Swanson, top of the key, 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Fighting for its Faircloth, doesn't get it. It's saved now by, I believe that's Allen, and they get it back now for a right corner 3. That's no good by Barry, but another offensive board. And a finger roll somehow by Allen behind the right block. He gets it to fall off the backboard and in, and it's 14-7. Don't typically see finger roll layups from that far away from the basket.
No, yeah, that was impressive.
Bowers goes up with a contested shot in the paint, and again he's fouled, so he'll go back to the free throw line for 2 shots for Hedgesville. 7:13 left here in the second quarter. It's Jefferson 14, Hedgesville 7. It's that foul called against Jefferson's Swanson, his first, team first of the quarter. Bowers, first free throw up and good.
I think this is one way that Hedgesville can work their way to get some points up on the board. Obviously, they want to slow down the pace on the one end of the floor so that Jefferson can't get out and run as he makes the second free throw as well, this Bowers.
Yep, that makes it 14-9.
Another way is, draw fouls whenever you can. Get yourself in the bonus as quickly as possible. Free throws. They're supposed to be free points.
Barry for Wallace, who gets the head fake, now passes down low for Swanson. Swanson tries to kick it out into the left corner for Jenkins, but it's stolen. Now Hedgesville back the other way. Bowers spins, turns around. Now we'll pass it for Pence, who gives it to Young at the right wing. Young gets a screen, dribbles to the top of the key, gets double teamed, and we have a blocking foul called as Young was driving in, and it's against Barry, and that is Barry's first, team second for Jefferson. Foul on the floor, so Hedgesville will have a baseline inbound. Pence looking for somebody to inbound to, lobs it towards midcourt, jumping up and snagging it is Bowers. Bowers passing it for Young. Young gets a screen by Pence, but now gets double teamed, so he has to give it over for Kirk. Kirk drives left side, puts up a left-handed layup, and that one is good for Kirk. His first 2 points. It's a one-possession game at 14-11. Jenkins for Barry. Swanson back for Barry. Overhead pass now for Wallace, who goes to Allen in the right corner. He gets double teamed. His pass now deflected and stolen. Hedgesville ball. Kirk, coast to coast, drives in, tries to go up with a layup. Jenkins is there, goes straight up. It says he had all ball, but he's called with a foul. So that's Jenkins' second. And it's a shooting foul to send Kirk to the free throw line with 6:06 left here in the second quarter. Kirk now with the opportunity to cut into this 14-11 lead.
He has to be the number one guy tonight. If he doesn't put up at least what he usually does, I don't know how Hedgesville ends up with enough points to win this game. But that last possession is a good example of what they can do. Force a turnover, go out and in transition relatively quickly, get yourself to the line, get it right into the hands of Xavier Kirk. He's the one that got the steal, which he can do very well.
Kirk knocks down the pair of free throws, which makes it a 1-point game. 14-13, Jefferson leads Hedgesville.
Yeah, Jefferson's got to get things right on the offensive side.
Passing it across for Drake. Drake, right wing, turns around and passes behind him as Wallace standing at midcourt. Give it back to Drake, who goes into the right corner for Swanson. Swanson now gives it over for Jenkins, but the pass tipped by Pence, and it goes to Drake instead. Jenkins now with it, passing to Wallace, who takes an NBA range three, and puts too much oomph on that one. It's off the backboard and into the hands of Kirk, who gives it to Pence, who's pushing the tempo, but his layup blocked off the backboard by Swanson. Now Jenkins, coast to coast, left side layup, good. Timeout, Jefferson. Go ahead, take the 30-second break with them. It's now 16-13. Cougars lead the Eagles. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 30.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
We welcome you back here. 5:20 left in the second quarter, which is brought to you by Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields & Sons, family-owned full-service funeral home, proudly serving the area since 1880, as well as Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, by the way, here, quick score update from the other game here in Region 2. Right now it is Musselman leading Washington with 3 minutes left in the second quarter, 24-21. Winner of that game takes on Martinsburg. Winner of the game that we have right now takes on Spring Mills on Tuesday night as a turnover for Hedgesville. Jenkins back the other way. Layup on the right side this time is good for Jenkins. He's got 11 points, and the lead now back up to 5 at 18-13. Jefferson leads Hedgesville, and this time it's going to be Coach Church taking a timeout. We'll take another 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
So it was the video out thing was on like...
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
So both have 4 remaining. Kirk gets the inbound. Take it across for Hedgesville. Passing it. This Kirk to Pence. Gives it to Young. Young on the left side drives in. Gets double teamed. Loses it. As Drake gets the steal. Goes back the other way. Sees Jenkins in the right corner. Catch and shoot 3. Good by Jamari Jenkins. His third 3 of the half. He's now got 14 points, making it a 21-13 lead for Jefferson. Bowers gets trapped now here in the right corner. Throws it off the foot of Wallace, but they say he stepped on the sideline first out of bounds, so the turnover gives the ball to Jefferson.
Jefferson went through a cold stretch there for a minute. It was their offense. When they got out to that fast start, a lot of it was their defense and Jamari Jenkins.
Yeah, it's been a 7-0 run.
Yeah, they've found that rhythm again.
Jenkins. Drake at the left wing, gives it now into the corner, gets it back. Drake finds Wallace, gives it to Jenkins. Jenkins at the right wing, another long three. This time it's short though, but an offensive rebound for Parrish. Gives it back to Jenkins. They go into the right corner, driving the baseline, floater by Drake, no good, rebounded by Kirk. Kirk weaving through traffic down the other way. Stomps at the left wing, now allows his team to reset and get the offense in motion. Kirk passing it for Bowers at the top of the key now. Gives it back to Kirk. Kirk drives the right side, loses it while trying to go up. Parrish has it, back the other way against Bowers. Right-handed layup on the left side is good.
And Kirk's got to kick it. They're going to collapse on him. They're going to slide those guys together to not give him a lane to drive. He's going to have to kick it out to those corners or someone in the middle.
Kirk in the paint, pulls up a step in front of the right elbow, knocks down the jumper, making it 23-15. Jenkins in transition, long three, good! 17 points now for Jamari Jenkins.
Let's see, it was 7:27 p.m., but now I think it's Dame time, Colin. He's going from way downtown.
Bowers shot short, rebounded by Parrish. Wallace giving it to Jenkins. He tries again, but this time might have got a piece of it as Hedgesville. At least he's saying he did. Referees disagree, as it was an air ball that went out of bounds. Hedgesville gets the ball. 2:41 left here in the second. It's Jefferson 26, Hedgesville 15.
I just sort of figured by, Jenkins shoots an air ball. He doesn't do that a whole lot.
No, he does not. He's already made 4 threes tonight. Kirk passing it Pence, back to Kirk, back to Pence. They keep going back and forth. Now Kirk this time will give it to Major, who's checked in. Major, Bowers, as they continue to swing it around the three-point line. A zone for Jefferson, not giving Hedgesville anything to do offensively. This team, not a team typically known to shoot the three. Pence thinks about it in the left corner, but instead decides to use his dribble. Guarded by Drake. He passes it to Major. Major bounce passes it behind him for Bowers. Bowers at the right wing. Picks up his dribble, gives it back to Major. Finds Kirk driving in. Good cut, but his layup is no good. Now it's Jenkins back the other way. Gives it down low for Swanson. Swanson has the mismatch. Kicks it out for Parrish, though. And they're swinging around. Drake wanted to continue, but he couldn't handle it. So now they reset. Bowers nearly steals the pass of Swanson that was intended for Parrish, but it goes out of bounds at the Hedgesville bench. Minute 27 left here in the second quarter. We're going to have some substitutions on both sides as Jefferson prepares for an inbound pass.
Jefferson's face guarding Xavier Kirk when he doesn't have the ball so that he can't get it back. They know that they want to focus on keeping the ball out of his hands. Make the guys on Hedgesville that don't do a lot of ball handling and driving and shooting and scoring.
Roper to Jenkins at the right wing. Jenkins now dribbles it towards the top of the key. Pass to Wallace, who goes in the left corner. Giving it to Drake. His bounce pass inside for Jenkins is stolen. Other way now it's Kirk. Kirk, it's triple team. Somehow finds the space to put up a shot. It's no good, but an offensive rebound as Miller fights for it. We'll give it to Kirk. Hedgesville resets the offense under a minute left here in the first half. Kirk, right side, layup, no good. Gets his own rebound. Put back, no good. Miller, though, gets it. And his shot at the left side goes up and in for two. 26-17 now is the score. Jefferson leads Hedgesville. Jenkins calling for a screen in ISO. Gives it down low, though, to Roper. Kicking it out to Drake. Back to Jenkins. Right wing three off the side of the rim. No good. It's tipped out. And now they save it. Does Hedgesville from going out of bounds. That went right underneath the basket. Almost grabbing it was, I believe that might be Ballard in it is, but he couldn't gather it. It goes off his hand out of bounds, so Hedgesville gets the ball with 21.8 seconds left. That was almost near disaster for the Eagles. Never save the ball on your defensive side like that. Right. That's what you're taught. Shoemaker giving it to Young. They go to Major. 10 seconds left. They give it to Miller. Miller at the left baseline. Tries driving in. Runs into Ballard, and Ballard's going to get called for a block. That's his first, team fourth. 10.3 seconds left now in the second, and Boone's going to check in.
Jefferson had a foul to give. Lucky for them. Hedgesville has not committed a foul in this quarter.
Jenkins on the bench for Jefferson. Also checking out now is Wallace. Hedgesville to inbound. Try to get it to Miller, but it's deflected. Miller tries to save it from going out of bounds. Can't do so. So Jefferson now gets it as Jenkins will check in for the final 9.2 seconds. Inbound pass rolled. Goes outside the arc before being picked up in the backcourt by Jenkins. Dribbles it across. 5 seconds left. Jenkins in the right corner. Boone, three. Good. And that's how the second quarter will end. His first 3 points, and that makes it a 29-17 lead heading into the locker room for Jefferson here against Hedgesville. We'll step aside and take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have our halftime show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields & Sons, hope to see you at the 28th Annual Eastern Panhandle Home Show on March 29th and 30th in the Martinsburg Roundhouse to learn about what they provide whenever a loved one has passed away. Their booth number is FS53, which is located just outside the silent auction. Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations is the trusted name in funeral services in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown Ranson. Are proudly serving the area since 1880 and are proud to be a part of the 28th Annual Eastern Panhandle Home Show.
It's your wellness update with Floor Pools. Today, correspondent Robbie the Duck investigates new ways to manage stress. Let's go live to Finland. Well, our fine feathered journalist has discovered something truly relaxing. Saunas. Yes, saunas have been an integral part of life in Finland for over 2,000 years. Saunas help you find peace, reduce stress, improve circulation, and even detoxify your body. Go on, Rob. Now bring this Finnish tradition to your home. Floor Pools has the perfect sauna for you. From compact models to luxurious retreats, choose from traditional, infrared, or hybrid models. Specially priced starting as low as $73 a month at Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg. Floor Pools' intrepid, web-footed field reporter will bring you future sauna updates right here on the All Quackness channel. Until then, remember, relaxation is just a sauna away.
We welcome you here back at the Gilbert B. Miller Center at Hedgesville High School. Halftime score, Jefferson 29, Hedgesville 17. Our halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop, Alec Epperson, and Kyler High. Our camera crew back in the studio is Nick Verzolini. Dylan, quickly, your first half thoughts.
Jamari Jenkins. I mean, he has as many points as Hedgesville. He's had an incredible game. And Hedgesville just has not had the offensive firepower to match it. Jefferson's been able to play a lot of this game at their pace, a little faster, causing a lot of turnovers with their pressure, running, and then the Jenkins three-point shooting is what they've needed to then get their points in the half court. And Hedgesville is going to have to find some ways to slow down Jenkins and to get some offense going because they've had a tough time of it.
step aside, take another 2-minute break. On the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll get our first half stats. Again, the score, Jefferson 29, Hedgesville 17 at the half. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. Back in 2 minutes.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have hundreds of new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Do you have someone in a nursing home, or are you worried about somebody you love going into a nursing home? The law firm of Daniel Staggers can protect your assets. Call the law firm of Daniel Staggers today at 304-267-3915. The Daniel Staggers Law Firm does elder care law, estate planning, and special needs trusts for disabled children and family members. Visit the Daniel Staggers Law Firm for your initial free consultation at 133 East John Street in Martinsburg. The Daniel Staggers Law Firm, when you need asset protection for you or for a family member.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville High School. This is the WVSSAC 4A Region 2 boys basketball tournament between the 4th-seeded Hedgesville Eagles and the 5th-seeded Jefferson Cougars. Right now it's the underdog, seeding-wise, leading 29-17. Let's get our first half stats for you here real quickly, which are brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. Start with the home side, Hedgesville. Leading the way in scoring is Micah Bowers and Xavier Kirk, both with 6 points each. Following them with 3 points is Gavin Young, and rounding it out is Noble Miller with 2 points to total up to 17 for the Hedgesville Eagles. As for Jefferson, leading the scoring with 17 points is, of course, Jamari Jenkins. Following him with 6 points is Caden Parrish, and then 3 points by Camden Boone there with that 3 at the end of the second quarter. 2 points for Jalen Allen and 1 point for Tayshawn Roper. And that's your first half stats. And before we step aside and take another 2-minute break, we'll give you a halftime score from the other side of Region 2, where it's the underdog also leading, surprisingly, for some. It's the 6th-seeded Musselman Appleman leading the 3-seeded Washington Patriots 31-30 at the half. So we'll keep an eye on that one, as the winner of that game takes on Martinsburg for a Region Co-Championship Tuesday night. And the winner of this game that we have right now will take on Spring Mills for the other co-championship. Step aside and take one last 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have half number 2 here on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
WV Medicine introduces 8 new providers who've joined University Health Associates East and our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center and Jefferson Medical Center. Dr. Sharu Chin, Neurology. PA Erica Fitzsimmons, Urgent Care. Dr. Mehmet Kutlu, Hospitalist. Dr. Catherine McQueen, Endocrinology. PA Joseph Mills, Emergency Medicine. Dr. Alyssa Pham, Urgent Care. Dr. Jennifer Robertson, Emergency Medicine. And Dr. Moy Saeed, Pain Management. Welcome to WVU Medicine.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville. A few seconds left here on the halftime clock. Both teams out of the locker room, it looks like, for Jefferson. They're going to have, starting out on the floor here for the second half, Jamari Jenkins alongside Keem Drake, as well as Caden Parrish, Camden Boone, and lastly, Braden Swanson. For Hedgesville, it looks like it is the starting 5. Gavin Young, Xavier Kirk, Landon Pence, Micah Bowers, and Levi Faircloth, as Hedgesville starts off with the ball here to begin quarter number 3. Pence has it. Pass now for Young. Young looks left, passes it to Bowers. Bowers tries to drive the lane. Thinks about a pass to Kirk, who was crashing through. Instead gives it to Pence, who dribbles to the left elbow. Turns around, gives it to Young. Gets a screen. Young at the free throw line, drives in. Has space on the left side, goes up with a layup, but it goes around the rim. No good. Rebounded by Jefferson. Back the other way, it's Jenkins. Bounce passing it to Drake, who finds Boone. Boone, the wing. Turns, has his back towards the basket. Will now dump it to Drake to reset. Drake for Jenkins. They try to just get that zone going back and forth. They give it back to Jenkins. His 3, no good, but it comes back out to the arc and rebounded by Drake off the long bounce. Boone for Swanson now. Swing it across to the near side for Drake. Drake uses his dribble. Passing it to Jenkins at the right wing. Young picks him up, so he'll dribble towards midcourt. Jefferson with a pretty lengthy possession here so far. Find Parrish. Parrish drives in, puts up a floater, no good, gets his own rebound. The putback, too strong off the backboard. Faircloth grabs the board. Now it's Hedgesville with the ball.
This is more where Hedgesville wants to be. We'll see if they can keep this pace for the entire second half, or at least the majority of it.
Kirk pulls up at the right elbow. Shot no good. One and done is Hedgesville. Jenkins looks down, sees Drake underneath the basket, lobs it to him. He had it, losing it. Now fighting between him and Kirk for the ball. And Drake sends it out of bounds into the cheerleaders. Hedgesville gets the ball, but that allows Jefferson to set up its full court press. Pence looking for somebody to inbound to. Bounce passes it to Faircloth, who gives it right back. Jefferson backs off to set up the zone as Pence brings it across the floor. Looks right, passing it to Kirk. He looks left to give it to Bowers at the wing. Giving it back to Kirk. Kirk goes with the head fake, drives to left side, gets swarmed. His layup again, no good. Off the bottom of the rim. And here comes Jenkins. Jenkins weaves through, all alone, right side layup, good. And timeout taken by Jefferson, as now Jenkins has 19 points, making it 31-17. Step aside, take a 30-second break with 5:49 left here in the third. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
We're back here at Hedgesville High School. It's a 14-point lead for Jefferson. So they are looking to advance here in Region 2. Hedgesville with the ball out of the Jefferson timeout. Kirk slowly brings it down the floor. Stops at midcourt, passes to Pence. Begin motioning the offense around. Bowers. Kirk back to Bowers. Down low for Faircloth in the corner. Go back to Bowers. Bowers pump fakes. Gets Boone to jump. Kicking it out to Kirk. Swing it for Young. He's at the left wing. They find Pence at the left elbow. He drives in. Thought he had Faircloth at the left block. Overthrew it, though. Goes out of bounds. Turnover, Jefferson basketball.
That turnover there, that's exactly why you play this style of defense against a team in a situation like this. You're making guys that don't make passes like that very often at all, to where they practice it enough that they're very comfortable doing it. They're out of their comfort zone.
Sloppy possession here for Jefferson, but they still have it as Jenkins tries to drive to the left baseline, kicking it out. Drake drives in, goes down low for Swanson. Swanson sees Parrish on the other side of the paint, gives it to him, and Parrish lays it off the glass and in, making it 33-17.
Feels like Jefferson has gotten a little more comfortable with the Hedgesville zone.
Faircloth trying to post up against Swanson. Spins around, goes up strong, gets fouled. That'll send him to the free throw line as the shot's no good for 2 shots.
And I think that's a good adjustment by the Eagles there. Go down low with Faircloth against Swanson. I mean, he's got the size advantage. At the very least, you get free throws out of it.
First free throw no good by Faircloth. That was the second foul against Swanson. As Barry now enters, Drake exits for Jefferson. 4:45 left in the third. It's Jefferson 33, Hedgesville 17. Faircloth spins the ball in his hand, goes up with the second free throw, and that's good, making it 33-18. As Miller checks in now for Micah Bowers for Hedgesville after the free throw. Barry takes it down the court for Jefferson, lobs it now to Jenkins. In the front court, back to Barry, goes down in the right corner for Swanson, kicks it out to Jenkins. Jenkins drives left side, goes around the world, puts up the layup, but it's too strong off the backboard, rebounded by Faircloth. Give it to Kirk, finds Young. Young weaves through traffic, left side layup, bounces around a few times, and then falls through. 33-20 now. Hedgesville trying to start a little bit of a run to cut back into this game. As Jefferson throws it away into the back court. And the violation gives it back to Hedgesville.
I mentioned it for Jefferson playing defense this way, but Hedgesville doing it on the other end. Jefferson's a similar sort of team where outside of Jamari Jenkins, their guys aren't really known to be playmakers, facilitators, especially when you get into like crowded areas in the paint. It's difficult to make passes like that.
Pence to inbounds just to the right of his bench. Does so to Miller. Miller hands it to Young. Young running the point, passes to the right. It's caught by Miller. Gives it to Kirk now at the point. And give it to Faircloth at the left wing. Faircloth tries to pass to Pence, but Parrish reads it. Back the other way. Layup is good. Parrish now has 10, and it's a 35-20 lead for Jefferson. Kirk for Pence. Pence tries to drive through. As his pass to Miller. Deflected, but Miller still gets it. Goes on the right side, up with a layup. Gets held down. Layup no good, but he'll go to the free throw line. Second quarter brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution, located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301. Call 304-263-3361, as well as CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships, proud to be the owners who just care more. As Miller makes the first free throw, making the score now Jefferson 35, Hedgesville 21. It's that last foul against Barry, his second, team second.
Even with Hedgesville missing their offensive production, you got to give a lot of credit to the way Jefferson's playing defense here.
Second free throw for Miller, no good. Rebounded by Jefferson as Drake takes it down the court. Passing for Jenkins, who fires it to Barry. Barry pump fakes, gives it back to Jenkins. Swing it over to the right side for Drake. Drake looking over at Barry. Starts his dribble now at midcourt, trying to see if anybody of Hedgesville will go out to meet him. Miller does so. Drake now passes it to Barry. Barry looks down low, has Wallace. Wallace can't gather it, so he goes to Jenkins. A little bit chaotic passing here. They give it to Barry, and Barry's going to get fouled as we get a reach-in on the floor called against Faircloth, which is his first, team first of the quarter with 3 minutes left here in the third.
Well, we've reached the point in the game where Jefferson's okay with slowing it down. If Jefferson's going to play the zone defense, if they're not going to come out and meet you at the ball, they'll waste time.
Inbound to Drake. He turns away from the basket, sees Wallace. They reset the offense. Wallace dribbling it right on that H at midcourt. Pass it to Jenkins. Gives it right back. Millen said Jefferson content with just holding on to the ball, forcing time to just tick away. Barry now drives in, looks around. A three-pointer, too strong, no good by Drake, and it's rebounded by Miller. Miller gives it to Kirk. Kirk dribbles it across, breaks the timeline, goes right, drives through coast to coast, way up, it's good, counted, and the foul. So an and one opportunity now for Xavier Kirk. He's got 7 points,
Really
making it
needed
35-23. Sorry, Dylan.
I just really needed that. It started to look like Hedgesville was letting this game get away from them a little bit, but they can just inch back into this deficit. They can make this close. Their defense is good enough. Keep them in the ball game.
Free throws good. So my apologies. That's actually 9 points now for Kirk, as I accidentally gave the 2 to Young previously. Roper for Jenkins. Out for Drake. Drake. And Roper sees Barry open in the right corner. He'll dribble it off his foot, though. And it's now taken. And a pass for Hedgesville now, though, stolen as Wallace was trailing behind. And sneaks to get that one. Jefferson keeps it in its offensive side of the floor. Jenkins passes to Wallace. Back to Jenkins. Jenkins holding it. Lobs it now for Barry. He sends it long to the near side for Wallace. Wallace to Jenkins. Jenkins drives the left side. Goes up with a layup. Short. Rebounded by Kirk. Kirk trying to push tempo in the backcourt. Gives it to Bowers. Bowers brings it across. And it's poked away by Jenkins. Jefferson has the numbers. Jenkins dishes it behind him. Wasn't ready for it, though, was Barry. He finally, though, finds Wallace. And Wallace puts it off the glass and in, making it 37-24.
Really tough shot by Wallace. That was nice for him to get that one off.
Bowers gets trapped. He just throws it, and Young finds it. Pence goes to Kirk. Kirk, left corner 3 off the side of the rim, no good. Tipped back. Jenkins runs into his own teammate as well as Kirk. Now Kirk's on the floor slowly being helped up. And so is Jefferson's. I believe that's Barry that got laid out by Jenkins as well. 51.4 seconds left here in the third. It'll be Jefferson ball.
You know, as great as Jamari Jenkins is at scoring the ball and playing offense in general, his defense is really incredible, too. The amount of times that he's poked the ball out of the hands of a Jefferson ball handler tonight.
Roper for Drake. Back for Roper. Roper holding it. Send it to Mar Wallace. Bounce passes for Jenkins. Under 30 seconds left here. Clock rolling in the third as Jefferson, again, still content with just holding on to the ball as long as it can and allowing that clock to tick away as they have a 13-point lead at 37-24 here against Hedgesville in this Region 2 tournament game. Jenkins, no-look pass. Mara Wallace, long 3 from the right wing, and it's good. He was closer to his bench than the 3-point line. That makes it 40-24. 3.4 seconds left. Major inbounds to Kirk. Kirk trying to get some space. Sends a prayer up. It's short. 40-24. Jefferson leads Hedgesville after 3 quarters of play. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then return with the 4th quarter here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mark Hughes Plumbing and HVAC is here to solve your plumbing and heating problems while meeting your renovation needs. Now serving Berkeley, Jefferson, Hampshire, and Mineral counties. We're a family-owned and operated company that's fully licensed and insured. We can do kitchen and bathroom upgrades and remodels, plumbing, HVAC and light excavation, well pumps, water heaters, and drain clearing. Call 304-620-8013. Mark's Hughes Plumbing and HVAC. We look forward to working with you.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
We welcome you back here. Quick scoring update from the other Region 2 game. It is Washington now leading Musselman 46-42 with 34 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Musselman knocks down a free throw to make it 46-43. So close game there. Unlike here, it's Jefferson 40, Hedgesville 24. But a pass goes off the hands of Drake in the right corner for Jefferson and out of bounds. So Hedgesville gets the ball off the turnover to begin this 4th quarter.
And obviously, haven't really mentioned it in a while in terms of the game. You're missing Noah Brown tonight for Hedgesville. T.D. Bodkins, Ethan Elliott. The points have been tough to come by.
Yeah, those are 3 starters from the start of the year for Hedgesville, including your point guard. So it's been kind of bringing the ball down the court by committee as Faircloth posts up, puts Swanson down, and then has a wide open basket. So he turns around and gets it. That's just the size and strength of Levi Faircloth, the lineman, against Swanson, making it 40-26 as Jefferson has in the left corner. Jenkins now gets it at the wing. Looks over for Roper. Bounce pass back to Jenkins. Jenkins, Euro step, wanted to kick it out. It goes out of bounds, though. Trying to save it was Wallace, but another Jefferson turnover gives the ball to Hedgesville.
I believe we heard Coach Van Meter in the pregame interview say when they keep teams in the 40s, they do really well.
Inbound pass deflected. Now running towards it is Jefferson. It's Drake for Wallace out to Jenkins. He's going to slow it down. Wallace nearly had it poked away by Kirk, but he keeps the dribble going. Bounce passing it for Jenkins. Jenkins out at midcourt. Dribbles right. Bounce passing it for Drake. Drake out for Roper. Gives it to Wallace behind him. And again, they just play that triangle passing keep away as they go down low for Swanson. And Swanson took 2 steps before the pass to Jenkins, so the travel violation. It's a 3rd turnover here this quarter for Jefferson, giving the ball to Hedgesville.
Just the last part of that point I was going to make is, when Jefferson keeps teams in the 40s, they do really well. That's what Coach Van Meter said. And I mean, just look at the scoreboard: 26 points for Hedgesville with 6:39 left to go. So Jefferson has played the game that they've wanted to play.
Pence trying to find somebody to inbound, fires it in at the last second for Young. Young has it stripped by Wallace, but it gets to Bowers, and Bowers gets it across midcourt, lost his dribble, but they say it was because it got poked away, so it'll be Hedgesville inbound. Wallace can't believe it. He thought Bowers dribbled it mistakenly himself to send it out of bounds.
I'm obviously a lot further away, but I'm surprised by that call too.
So am I. Kirk in the backcourt, sends it to Pence, gives it to Young. Young drives to right side, kicks it out now to Kirk. We'll pass it over for Shoemaker. So they swing it around the arc. Shoemaker's pass, deflected. Pence gets it, sends it to Kirk. Kirk finds Young in the right corner. This zone keeps stepping out, not giving any open looks for Hedgesville. The pass now for Shoemaker goes through his hands and into the Hedgesville bench. Jefferson has the ball now off the turnover. 6:07 left in the fourth. It's Jefferson 40, Hedgesville 26.
That's felt like the story of this game for Hedgesville. Some turnovers from players that are playing more than they're used to playing.
Wallace sends a lob pass to the opposite side for Drake. Drake bounce passes it now for Jenkins. Jenkins tries to drive in. We get a reach-in foul called against Kirk, which is his second, team first of the quarter. Excuse me, that is actually Kirk's third. Quick inbound, they get it to Jenkins, right corner three, good. Jenkins now has 22 points, his first three-pointer of the second half, fifth total of the game.
He's been sensational.
Kirk sees Miller wide open in the paint, gives the pass right to him, and he puts it up and in. 43-28 now. Wallace nearly threw it away, but Roper hustles over, gets it, gives it back, give it to Jenkins. Another long three, no good this time, rebounded by Kirk.
Jamari's got to keep that one in the holster. Just waste this clock.
Give it to Shoemaker, left corner three, too strong, tipped around and rebounded by Roper. Roper's going to bring it across now. Roper still dribbling, sends it to Jenkins. Jenkins to Drake in the right corner. Back out now for Jenkins. Mari passes to Roper, back out. Drake wanted to go down low for Allen, but instead he has to give it back to Jenkins. They stay all here on the right side, and now they quickly go to the far side. They get Drake down low, giving it to Allen, but it's intercepted at the last second by Kirk. Kirk in the backcourt against Allen. Taking it across now, midcourt, is Xavier Kirk of Hedgesville. Crossing it over, giving it to Young. Young drives in, left side layup, way too strong. Pence gets it, finds Miller. Miller loses it while going up. It goes out of bounds, Jefferson ball. Kind of stuttered there. I don't think he realized how open he really was again.
Yeah, and the defense, I think, affected him a little bit in a different way. Like, I think he got less contact almost than he expected, and just lost a grip on the ball. And for Jefferson on that last possession, there's no need to get over, too far over your skis here. Making cross-court passes. That's just,
as you say that, yeah, Drake just loses his dribble, a mental lapse, turnover.
Yeah.
Berman with it, giving it to Shoemaker. Shoemaker at the top of the key, gives it to Kirk. Right wing three, no good, too strong off the rim, rebounded by Allen. Now Gidney for Jefferson, bringing it across as Jefferson has emptied its bench here with the 43-28 lead in the fourth.
Hedgesville's the one with the sense of urgency here.
Roper back to Gidney. Give it to Drake. Drake, top of the key, will pass to Wallace, who's at the left wing.
Cougars
back to Drake.
Play this slow.
And give it to Wallace. Back to Drake. Back to Wallace. Lobs the pass to Gidney. Jefferson just continuing to play monkey in the middle with Hedgesville right now.
And that's all they should do.
Wallace has his pass kicked by Pence. That stops the clock with 2:59 left here in the fourth for Jefferson inbounds.
If we're not going to have a shot clock in this state, this is what the fourth quarter of a game like this should look like for when the team at the lead has the ball.
Absolutely.
Might not like it. If you don't like watching a game like this, or watching offense like this, you got to petition for a shot clock.
Drake in the backcourt brings it across. Passes it to Wallace, who drives the left baseline. Loses it, though. Saves it from going out of bounds, and somehow Gidney tracks it down as well. Drake with it now at the left wing. Bounce passes to Gidney. Our fourth quarter brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers. Representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Visit them at skinnerwins.com as they go down low for Allen. Allen, shot no good, gets his own rebound. Put back off the glass and in, making it 45-28 Jefferson.
This is going to be a really disappointing way for Hedgesville to go out. Just with the talent that they seem to have when they brought in Bodkins the beginning of the season, starting so well for them, and then Bodkins just seemed to never get healthy once he was out, and I think he was kind of holding up a lot of their offensive firepower. And even against the toughest teams, it was hard to get him going. They didn't have quite enough.
Now Bowman gets called with a carry. So turnover gives the ball back to Jefferson. Our other fourth quarter sponsors, Panhandle Dumpsters. Sign up with Panhandle today at panhandledumpsters.com. Use the promo code TV10 to get your first month free. 2:06 left here in this one. It is Jefferson 45, Hedgesville 28, as a few fans starting to head towards the exits here in Hedgesville.
We got a lot of seniors on this Eagles team. It's going to look a lot different next year.
Allen, layup, no good, but he's fouled with 1:54 left here in the fourth. So he'll go to the line to shoot two.
And look across at the other side of the gym. You can count them. You look at the roster, whatever, 10 seniors. And a lot of them are the top contributors for this team. So that doesn't mean that they're going to be worse. That just means they're going to be a lot different. We don't know what the JV team brings. You never know what other players might want to come play here, go to school here, or just going to happen to come to school here.
Allen misses both free throws. It's rebounded by Hedgesville. Berman now trying in the backcourt to bring it across. Gets it to Bauer, still in the backcourt. And he's going to get called with a travel. He was trying to pivot around and picked up that pivot foot. 1:41 left in the fourth. Another Hedgesville turnover gives the ball back to Jefferson. Jefferson going with a full line change here. Putting in Boone as well as Sean Velasquez. Grantham, Shedrick, and lastly Murray, as Boone three-pointer airballed. It will go out of bounds. Hedgesville gets the ball.
On the Jefferson side, they're going to play Spring Mills next now. So, by all accounts, you expect that to be where their season ends. But even if it is, this is really impressive. Like I said in pregame, the first-year coach, and they come in and win a road
Kirk
game
three-pointer no good
in the playoffs.
Boone gets the rebound. By the way, quickly, not Shedrick. That is actually Yates wearing 0 tonight. That's Yates passing for Boone. Boone gets double-teamed and throws it straight to Faircloth. So he was trying to get it to Grantham. So 1 minute left here in the game. It's Major passing it around. Kirk. For Berman. Down low for Faircloth. Faircloth gets double-teamed. We get a foul called against Jefferson, which stops the clock with 48.6 seconds left. It's that foul against Murray, his first. And here comes Miller, one of the seniors, checking in for Major. As more fans continue to head to the exits here tonight. Kirk hits the inbound right corner three, too strong. Miller almost grabs the rebound, but can't do so. It goes out of bounds. Jefferson gets the ball.
And if there's been anybody that's been locked in on this game and no other sports news, you may have missed in the last, right before the time the game started, that former WVU quarterback Geno Smith has been traded to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, for a third rounder. So timeout taken by Hedgesville. We'll keep things here. Our score, Jefferson 45 and Hedgesville 28. So it will be Jefferson advancing here in Region 2 with tonight's win. And they'll take on Spring Mills Tuesday night for a Region Co-Championship game where the winner will head to the state tournament. Check the score here on the other side between Musselman and Washington. It looks like Washington has now extended out its lead to to 49 as they make it now 57-49 with 3:40 left in regulation for that one. So Washington looks like finally taking control against Musselman. So if it's Washington hanging on, they'll take on Martinsburg Tuesday night for the other Region 2 co-championship, and we'll have coverage of that game at Martinsburg on Tuesday night with tip-off at 7 p.m. Jefferson gets the inbound. Bringing it across is Yates. Pass it over for Velasquez. And Jefferson just going to pass it around here to allow clock to wind down. Boone. Yates. Back for Boone. 15 seconds left as Jefferson playing keep away. It looks like Hedgesville starting to back off. The Jefferson bench and the Jefferson fans starting its round of applause as the Cougars come into Hedgesville and get the win. And a three for some reason by Yates at the end, just chucked up. No good. And that's the game. Jefferson wins it 45-28, I believe, as they immediately turned off the scoreboard right as the game ended. So we'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then come back with the post-game show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com. If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville High School. Tonight's final score, Jefferson 45, Hedgesville 28, as it is the Jefferson Cougars getting the win here in the 4A Region 2 boys basketball tournament, which means they advance to take on Spring Mills Tuesday night, and Hedgesville season comes to an end here at home. Our post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Dylan, Jefferson just clearly the better team here tonight. It showed throughout the entire game. Hedgesville, tough way to end at home, obviously. Just couldn't get anything going, and without three of its starters that they had at the beginning of the year. Not trying to make excuses, but it's kind of understandable.
Yeah, we just knew that with the roster of available players that they had, that they were going to have trouble scoring, and that's how it played out. And Jefferson was also focusing on defense themselves. Coach Van Meter said as much, putting pressure on the ball full court for a lot of the beginning of the game, and then forcing a lot of turnovers as well. And they put up enough points. Jamari Jenkins almost put up enough points just by himself to get it done. And they got enough contributions from the rest of the team that they were able to win handily.
Let's get our post-game stats now, brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit them online at burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. For Hedgesville, it was Kirk leading the way with 9 points, followed by Bowers with 6. Miller and Young had 5 points each, and then Faircloth had 3 points. For Jefferson, it was Jenkins with 22, Parrish with 10, Wallace with 5, Allen had 4, Boone with 3, and then Roper with 1. Again, Jefferson 45 and Hedgesville 28. Before we wrap things up, get tonight's player of the game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
I mean, Jamari Jenkins, 22 points. He was just knocking down three-pointers from way outside, too. And his defense as well. Multiple times tonight poking the ball out of the hands of guys on Hedgesville and either taking the steal himself or, knocking it out of their hands and into the hands of somebody else, one of his teammates. So, on both ends of the floor, he was really great tonight, and especially on offense. He carried the load, and that's most of what Jefferson needed. They gave up 28 points, and they only needed 7 more from anybody other than Jamari to get the job done.
So, Jefferson will head now to take on Spring Mills on the other side, get another score update for you. There's under 40 seconds left in the ball game going on right now between Washington and Musselman. And Musselman trying to fight back. They've made it a one-possession game, 58-55, but they're playing the free throw game, so we'll have to see if Washington's able to knock down their free throws, hold on, and get the win to take on Martinsburg. So for now, to see if we can stay on the air to make sure that one goes final, we'll promote some things because we have some special things going on this weekend for you on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Tomorrow and Sunday we'll have coverage of the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference men's basketball semifinal games and championship game as the Shepherd Rams get to host that conference tournament Final Four. So big opportunity for Shepherd. So either watch us on TV 10 or WRNR TV or on YouTube, or go out to the Butcher Center to support Shepherd as tomorrow they take on California University of Pennsylvania at 3:30, and if they win that, they'll play at 3 p.m. on Sunday for the championship, and the other game at 1 p.m. tomorrow is Millersville against Gannon, the favorites to win it, and the winner of that will also head to the championship on Sunday. So that should be a lot of fun, Dylan, for you to call tomorrow at Shepherd.
It will, yeah. Looking forward to it. We'll get Millersville and Gannon, then Shepherd versus Cal, and the winners will play Sunday. And it's a chance for Shepherd. Shepherd's already gone past their furthest point in the PSAC tournament. They've never gotten to the semis since moving to the PSAC in 2019, the 2019-2020 basketball season. And they had never hosted a game. They had never at all. And now they're hosting the championship. So it's really special. So if you can't get out to the Butcher Center, tune into us.
And then one other thing that we're doing, it's obviously almost time for March Madness. So that comes with bracket challenges, and you, me, and Nick are hosting with the Sports Mix, our show, a bracket challenge on the ESPN Tournament Challenge app. We've shared the link around our Facebook as well as our Twitter pages. Our QR codes are everywhere. You see them in an ad that we've played throughout the broadcast as well join that challenge. It is absolutely free, one bracket per person, and the top 4 finishers will each win a $25 gift card to Mother Shucker's Crab Shack, and the overall champion will not only receive that $25 gift card, they will also receive a trophy that says Bracket Challenge Winner 2025 with the Sports Mix logo on it from Trophies Plus. So you can join that by going to espn.com/bracket, searching up Sports Mix Bracket Challenge 2025 and joining it that way, or download the ESPN TC app, join that way, or if you see our QR code around, scan it, and that'll send you directly to the Bracket Challenge for us as well. It looks like Washington's going to hold on and defeat Musselman, so they will be the victors and take on Martinsburg on Tuesday. So we can now wrap things up here from Hedgesville High School. For Nick Verzolini back at the studio, Alec Epperson and Kyler High, our camera crew. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off tonight. One last time, final score, Jefferson 45, Hedgesville 28. This has been the WVSSAC 4A Region 2 High School Boys Basketball Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg and TV 10. Have a great rest of your night.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, CMA Chrysler Dodge, WVU East, the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, RAI Properties, Parsons Ford, Rocks, Gary Kelly Allstate, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.